Bishop, it sounds almost unbelievable. A local fourth grader hooked to medical machines and IVs in the hospital, undergoing pre-brain surgery screening, was asked to take a New York State test from his hospital bed last week.
His parents contacted CBS 6 asking just how something like this could happen. Jennifer Lukey has been digging into just that. She joins us live in the newsroom with the real deal on what she's learned. Jen?
Well, Jerry, first let me tell you a little bit about Joey Furlong. He's a fourth grader in the Bethlehem School District. He has life-threatening epilepsy, and his seizures can only be stopped with medication, so his parents are considering brain surgery. In order to get to that point, though, Joey needs to go through a series of tests, which is what he's doing right now at the Cohen Children's Medical Center on Long Island. But the other day, Joey and his family got a surprise visit, not from one of his doctors or nurses or many friends, but from a teacher that none of them had ever met before. Joey's mom is running errands with her other kids today, but then it's back downstate to be with her son.
He is currently in the hospital where they're withdrawing his seizure medications, and they have him hooked up to an EEG, so essentially his head is attached to the wall. He has an IV in his hand. He's wearing a pulse oximeter so they can determine if something happens to his oxygen level.
Basically, doctors have to wait until he has another seizure to monitor what's going on in his brain. It appears, though, someone wanted to keep Joey busy.
Thursday morning, a woman came into his room with a piece of paper that had his name on it and told my husband that she was a teacher from New York City schools and she was there to administer the fourth grade New York State tests to my son.
The family was shocked. They had already made arrangements with Joey's school in Bethlehem to make up the exam if he was back in time. So someone asking him to take it from a hospital bed never even crossed their minds. The Bethlehem School District tells CBS 6 that they had no idea that Joey was approached about the test. They were planning on him taking it on the makeup days if he could. They did not reach out to the state education department or the hospital about Joey at all. A spokesman from Cohen Children's Medical Center tells us, by law, they must offer school instruction to any child who spends more than 3 days in the hospital, and that includes standardized testing. The hospital has 5 full-time teachers on staff who get age and grade information from patient records and offer their services to families. What do you think would have happened if your husband was at the cafeteria or something?
I would like to hope she would not have taken his arm that has an IV and an oximeter on it and put a number 2 pencil in it. I would like to hope that she would wait to talk to the family.
The hospital says they do wait, and a family can refuse or ask their doctor that the child be medically exempt. And in this case, that's exactly what the Furlongs did. But the bigger question?
It just floored me that somebody is sending teachers to sick kids and expecting them to take a New York State test. Like, to me, that is just outrageous.
Now, I reached out to the state education department about all of this today, and they tell me if a student has a note from a medical practitioner that says he or she is too incapacitated to be tested at school, at home, or in a medical setting, they can be medically excused. But there are instances, according to the state, every year where students do take this test in a hospital setting if their parents and their doctors agree they can do so. Liz?
Jen, just so I'm clear on this, then the hospital doesn't mention any of this educational instruction that they're required to provide until they actually send the teacher into the room talking about this state test?
Well, in this case, it obviously seems that there was some sort of breakdown. The state test is only given on certain days, but there was no conversation even about what would be offered under normal circumstances, apparently, between Joey's parents and the hospital. And that is something that the hospital and the state education department have both said that they will make sure that they do better on, because they want to make sure that families know what's available, what those 5 teachers in that children's hospital can offer, what they will offer, and what you have a choice about.
All right. Well, obviously, the most important thing is Joey's health, and I hope it's something that we can continue to let people know how he's doing, and maybe even give an opportunity to reach out to him, send him their best wishes.
Of course, Liz. We have him on our Facebook page right now, and I know his mom is monitoring the story, too.
Terrific. Thank you very much, Jen.